Warning, the following video is a parody of certain channels like Char5, Josh Busker, aka Really Freaking Clever, and Cinema Sins, and should not be taken seriously. I want to point out that the DLC of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are goddamn amazing, and all the jokes you hear in this video should not be taken seriously. If you do not have the DLC, the main games, or both, get it now. And now, on with the show. It's showtime. Welcome to the Indigo Disk, the second part of the DLC of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. After a tremendous journey on Kitakami, we finally get into the second part of the DLC, and who knows how things are going to go down this time around. And who knows, maybe we'll finally get to see what this Blueberry Academy is like. I mean, it's not like our chaperone and representative is going to be worse than the last one, right? Right? Is it bad to thinking that you kind of remind me a little bit of a sugar daddy? Seriously though, look at this guy. He's probably one of the most pimp guys I've ever seen, and then people just don't want to like the guy. I mean, I kind of like the guy, but I think the way how he greets us and just when we enter the door, probably not the best idea to do in the world. Also, you've seen my face somewhere before. How? Oh, wait. Let's get going? You're not even gonna tell us about where we're going? Oh my god, you really are starting to become one of those people, aren't you? So this guy's name is Serrano, and he calls a Clavel Valley? I'm beginning to like this guy even more. Do you really want us to answer that question for you, Clavel? Oh, great. This guy is quite forgetful. Well, guess we may have another issue to deal with on our hands. Yay. So, you're calling us as an exchange student, but why are we so important into all this? I mean, it's not like you were told about this, were you? I mean, that would be stupid. Oh. Mystery solved. It was recommended by a couple of his students. It had to be Carmine and or Kieran that did this. Lovely. Why do I not trust those words? Clavel's leaving me in the hands of Serrano, and he's already quite forgetful about how things are going right now. In fact, if he's so forgetful, how is this guy going to be coming from the freaking director of Blueberry Academy? What was the point of you doing that? Is that like your signature excitement approach? Well, then again, you are trying to impress us and all. So, is it bad for me to say that us getting here seemed a little bit underwhelming at first and when we got here? Was it smaller than it looked? Oh. That makes sense. So wait, the place is literally underwater? That sounds like a pretty dangerous idea to go for there, buddy. Unless if you plan things out perfectly, and you better pray you didn't forget about any kind of loose ends around this sort of thing, you could potentially be putting your students and staff members in danger. A little something called leaking. So this would not make any sense to anyone who's not colorblind, but for those of you who are colorblind, you would probably know this as it is. And also, blueberries are freaking purple! So, We asked Serrano about how he knew of Director Clavel, and it turns out that this person just answered that questions for him? Yeah, she must have be a tech whiz or something. So this gal's name is Lacey, and she's basically what we may like to consider to be our upperclassman, senpai in the jest, but girl, can I ask you something? Why are your eyebrows so thick? Seriously, they're kind of hard-headed to not look at them. I think I may have an idea who the mother is. Oh, so that makes sense. Welcome to just outside of the main academy of Blueberry, where the place is full of blue, and people are going to mistake this on a place, and to the fact that if they're colorblind, they might think it's something else. But then again, we gotta ask, how the heck did they put all this underwater? I mean, it's not like they just, built the whole thing underneath. Computer, bring up something that actually gives us the answer, could you? Oh. Well, that makes sense. Nintendo Logic! So this is the only stadium that you have here at Blueberry. Seems very underwhelming. Then again, the academy we were at only had one, and that was out in a courtyard. You guys literally have this by the front door. Yeah, we kind of knew about this, Lacey. We literally came from a region that specializes in that. Duh. So, you guys don't have an actual Pokemon League. You have a club that's based off of that of the Elite Four and Champion. I see your point, but why do you not have an actual league building around here rather than a club? I mean, it's not useless, but okay. Well, we can save a confirm on who the father is in a little bit. And why am I just now pointing out that Serrano is constantly cross-eyed? Oh, great. That's gonna be her catchphrase, isn't it? Oh. Those of you who have never been part of any competitive battling, this is gonna be a nightmare for you guys. And also, you're kinda giving your type advantage for what you specialize in pretty nicely. I mean, seriously, look at her arms. Look at her hair. Not exactly being subtle with this, are we? Ugh, this is already off to a great start. Huh. The classic in a duo of plus and minus in this. What will they think of next? Nope! Not you either! I've already put up with a lot of you already in the past. I am not putting them with you today! Get the heck out of here before I have to play frickin' whack-a-mole! Well, that was anticlimactic. Well, hopefully we found a fitting room, because otherwise that would be really awkward. So we're down here in the terrarium, which is where our objective was to go to next. And what could possibly be down here? Oh my freaking god! They put all this underwater? How? How much of a fortune did this guy put into it? 18 fortunes? Yeesh! That must have been some lottery tickets he won with the grand prize and, all the regions. Are you guys seeing any of this? This is definitely something that they need here to patch up. Because this whole place is glitching out. I'm pretty sure that's not how air quality works. Or even how temperature works. Because you know what happens when cold air and hot air mix? Oftentimes no good. What the hell? A terrarium core? And that's how all these Pokemon here can terrestrialize? What's next? The whole thing inside is just gonna be made out of liquid? I was joking, game. Wait. Briar put it all together? How the heck do you not know about this? Weren't you the one that helped greenlit it in the first place? Oh, right. You're gaining him some sort of dementia or something. Or Alzheimer's. I don't know which is worse. Yeah, Lisa, you're not exactly hiding your love for fairy types even more. I mean, you might as well have the whole Rotom Dex covered to be nothing but like a one massive fairy type logo. Actually, that sounds pretty good. Oh, lovely. Another Pokédex, and they probably want us to try to complete as well. That's just fan-friggin-tastic. Sauce Buck Wild. I'm liking this guy even more. And we're off on our brand new adventure through the terrarium here at Blueberry Academy. With so many locations for us to explore, several trainers to find. Potential finding new members of a team is waiting for us. I mean, it's not like we're gonna see anything stupid along the way. That would be ridiculous. Why the heck is there a bunch of bricks standing up here? Seriously, these blocks have no reason for being out here. I mean, I guess they want to try adding a little bit of some decorations into this or something, or maybe add a bit of a power source for the terrarium jelly that's dangling above us or something. But, seriously though, why the frick are they like this? So, I'm assuming that these different colored cubes here meant to help out with keeping the quote-unquote air temperature and humidity at its stable while here in the terrarium. I mean, it's a clever idea for that, and yay, we have something that could be of some use for us, but, I still think that this sort of thing is not really how air temperature and humidity works. Seriously, they just really letting the Trump kick us in the throat just thinking about it. You recreated the coastal biome? How? Oh, so this place is based off of Alola. I get it. Because we're clearly out in the ocean as close by to the Unova. So wait, does this mean that the Blueberry Academy is in between Unova and Alola? Are we out in the Pacific? Because if so, that would be very appropriate. So, I went around in a good portion of the coastal biome, and I ended up deciding to finally to go for an Alolan Executor. This was not exactly the kind of Pokemon that I was hoping to find, but there was one that I really wanted to find out here. I don't even remember anything can be found out here. But the point is, catching an Alolan Pokemon for a freaking assignment is probably one of the easiest things you can do. You can literally find a Alolan Bullpig Sandshrew is in the polar biome, catch one of those, bring it back here, boom, you're dead. So, I decided to go to a vending machine to potentially get some liquids, but apparently these things are loaded with pretty much everything in here. Like, do these things have like cloning facilities in here? I mean, just look at all this junk. They can literally do pretty much anything in here. So, Executors and Alola outgrew their reliance on psychic abilities, and the power of the sleeping dragon within it awoke. How is it that of a tropical tree, like a coconut tree, become a dragon? Did a dragon f*** a tree? Cause that'd be totally f***ed up. So, these extracurricular tasks of Blueberry quests are actually required for us and to get to the main portion of the game. What? You couldn't have us just like battle all the trainers in the area until we're worthy for something? Cause that'd be totally better than this crap. Also, they call them BBQs for short. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna mistake that for barbecues. And we just got past Thanksgiving by the time we got this recording done, so that just got me craving for barbecue. Come on! So, BP is the type of currency to use in the cafeteria or at the store? They don't want to, like, capitalistic money? You guys are going to freaking starve! Wait, Carmine? How did you get our number? I mean, I know we kind of register the maps or anything on at Kids Economy, but I don't recall giving you my contact info. I got a bad feeling about this. So, the Central Plaza connects the biomes together, and yet we still have to put up with the fact that all of this functions as it is? Yeah, screw it. Down we go. Oh, sure, we missed you. Except for the fact that the one thing I didn't miss is your ego. So wait, you've been to all sorts of different regions? But what sort of things were you accomplishing? Especially in the span of, like, what? A few days? So, then Emo Gothic Queen here decides to challenge us to another Pokemon battle. And I have to say, her team is scary. And the fact that we have to now deal with this in Doma battles, what's up with that? So, remember when I said a little bit ago that her team is scary? Yeah, I lied. They're not. Oh, so now you choose to terrestrialize your Pokemon. Where was that when you needed it from before, you idiot? So, Kieran just went from being a shy-headed kid to pretty much being a grade A hit plus prick. Like, M. Bison's level of prick. Actually, you know what? No. Not just an M. Bison's level of prick. Paul level of prick. So, he pretty much just became heartless. Okay, well, it's up to me to pretty much give him the biggest atomic wedgie that I could possibly muster and literally teach him a lesson that he's never gonna forget. Really? Carmine, I didn't freaking notice! So, this guy's name is Drayton. But, does he have a toothpaste finish? Seriously, look at the top of his head. That's totally something that we would see in a Crest toothpaste. Friends with Kieran? Making a lot of assumptions on that one, buddy. So, this guy just dragged us to a league club that we didn't really need to come to. Nice place, though, but pretty sure you dragged us here against our will. A humble club? I don't know about that, dude. See? She agrees with me! Toothpaste hair bozo! I'd like this guy a whole lot less now. And Carmine, a heck of a lot more. So if you're way above any of the Elite Four, how come you're not part of it? I know you just mentioned that you were working with extracurricular stuff, but you can't even squeeze in a match or two? You lazy one. Mitch in the baseball club. Okay. I feel like there's a reference in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna assume about it. A catching charm? That seems like a very interesting item to give me. Just give me a better chance of having, what? Critical catches or something? Yep, critical catching. Although, why does it look like that?
Are you hiding from us with something personal?
A cafeteria date? Well, you do realize that what a date is, right? Yes. Yes, I was. So, this is exactly like our room back at our academy, only everything is now blue. Interesting. Quit being lazy, developers! You sure you're not thinking of puberty? Because it's gotta be puberty. Again, making a lot of assumptions on this one, so I guess I'll just humor you. Wait. He repeated this year 3 times? What is he, like the Chumley of this series? Unlike Chumley, he failed this year thrice, but Chumley failed it twice. How is this guy not expelled? Oh, I'll be giving him more than just a sucker punch. I'd be giving him a low kick. Wow. Even the cafeteria looks the same. I'm thinking this repetition of what I said from before, but I'm not gonna do that. Oh wait, yes I can. Stop being lazy, developers! Why does this gal behave like this? You think she's feeling a little screw loose? Seriously though, this guy acts a lot like an android. Did something happen to her? Because I don't think that those are meant to be headpieces. Or even head accessories. What the hell happened to this girl, damn it? You don't lose? I'm pretty sure that T.O. Maskew would like a word with you. Yeah, I feel like I was going to be forced to join the club either way, dude. So I decided to take a peek inside Carmine's room. And I have to say, this gal's got a lot of bobbleheads to go for. And what's with the Wish Cash poster? Is that a reference? Yeah, I'm sure it must be earthquaking or something. Ugh! Dude! Why are you looking like a villain from a slasher fic? Mr. Big Deal Mighty Champion. Now you're just giving him an even bigger ego. Maybe you should go back into scrubbing things with your crest head with a toothbrush. No. You dragged me into this. Don't you dare deny it. So, we were tasking him to facing off against the Elite Four in any method we choose. Now, normally, I'd be one of those people that would face off from the weakest to the strongest. But then again, a lot of people would do the same, so might as well have some fun with it. But again, there's a lot of things to deal with. And we're off on our adventure once more. Facing off against the Pokemon League, and we're going to be taking on our first boss coming up. Now, a lot of people think that they could just go straight to the point and maybe never have a chance to kind of explore the area. I mean, it's not like there's anything ridiculous to see along the way here, right? Right? I'm pretty sure that Simba's not gonna be on a manhunt for this. Seriously, this looks exactly like the front of Pride Rock. Did the Lion Guard move it? Who came up with this idea? So, in order to face off against the Elite Four here, you have to pay them 50 BP in order to do this. So in other words, 200. Sheesh. It's almost like they want us to beg it for love here. Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers, so what the hell. So, this guy's name is Crispin. I wonder if he's connected to a certain chili man. I mean, he totally looks like he could be a descendant of Chile. I mean, just look at the guy. He's like waiting to get his whole insides and to be boiled up with spicy food. Oh, you thought I was kidding. This pretty much just proves it. So, this guy's challenge is actually kind of clever. You have to negotiate with these students in order to get you the ingredients that you need. And some require a battle. And you could potentially negotiate with others through a trade or through a battle. But when you gotta think about it, these guys continue to be impressive to the point that it even makes it me crave for more excitement of a whole lot of what? Alright, so, if you've never made sandwiches before, you're gonna get a little bit stuck on this one. Your ultimate goal is to, you know, place all the ingredients on there as you see fit. But, you also gotta be careful. There are gonna be some things in here that's what's gonna potentially give you the wrong choice. And if you happen to get it incorrect in any way, you gotta start the whole thing all over again. Shouldn't be a problem, right? And also, I like how when we had to start this whole thing, we had to moisten, and yes, I said moisten, the bread with the spices and that you have gained. Pretty sure that this guy's gonna have a pretty upset stomach after all this. If not, then he's clearly gonna be a sociopath. Huh. I guess it wasn't spicy enough. Freak you! Well, at least this game is kind enough to at least, you know, let you restart from where you picked up. Because otherwise, in this game, it would be a total middle finger to you all. And now this guy's getting to get all the Pepto-Bismol in the world because he's going to be pooping out pretty hard pieces of shit. Then go get some milk! They got milk for a reason! Unless if you're freaking lactose intolerant, I'm pretty sure that you're pretty much going to be okay with some milk. Get over ourselves? For the third time, making a lot of assumptions here. I can't! I'm a silent protagonist! So Crispin's team here mainly specializes in empowering of his fire-type Pokemon in the best ways possible. And the worst part about it is, his team has been pretty heavily prepared for anything. If you don't come prepared for this properly, you might as well call him quits here and now. But, at the end of the day, good luck! And how fitting. The starter Pokemon that is banned in tournament just got a power-up and just won't shut up about it. What will they think of next? Heh! Screw you, buddy! I was prepared for this! Hey, Crispin? Normally I'm one of those types of people that thinks that you'll be, like, the best Iron Chef. But where's your freaking glove, dude? You're gonna get burned on this! Unless if you have Flame Body for the ability, or Flash Fire that I'm not to absorb the flames, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get some first and maybe second degree burns before you know it. Champ in the making? What are you, one of those greatest from those early Pokemon games in the gyms? So, the Canyon biome is pretty much full of surprises. In order to really track through those places, you gotta put those climbing skills to the test and make sure that you glide to the right location, otherwise you're not gonna like it how it's gonna end. Be dead before you know it. So, who do you think the one was responsible for letting out all of these ancient Pokemon out onto the field? I'm sure they're domesticated. So Amaris' trial is basically flying through rings and is considered to be the easiest. Why did they make it as something like this so easy? Trust me, you're gonna see it soon enough. No. Its name is not Aegeus. It's Miraidon. Say it with me. Miraidon. Did she just give him Miraidon another form of Herba Mystica? What would this one be? So, you use ingredients from mysterious plants that was found grown in the terrarium.
Are we sure that that wasn't like poison or maybe a form of cocaine?
And I bet you guys thought that I was joking. Why is this trial the easiest? Coming here from the 300 rank to the Elite Four? I mean, seriously though, is this woman even trying? All too easy. Okay, that's just cringy to look at. You're hardly showing off any real emotions, and yet you're clapping like that? Why did people like you so much? You want to know what Karen is to me? If you ask me, kind of a lost cause, really.
Someone's got a crush.
So this is when things are gonna get interesting. Her team is mainly on the defensive side, and yet we have to face off against her with everything of what we got. I'm pretty sure that this is gonna go about as well as you think. She may have one of the easiest challenges of them all, but don't be fooled. This is when things are gonna get very interesting, and not in the good way. And of course, you gotta put up with this freaking trick room. Like things haven't been as stupid as it is. One of the best in moves for double battles, but definitely annoying to deal with. I meant to do that! So, remember when I said that this battle can be challenging? That's why! Metagross, one of the most powerful physical offensive Pokemon in the world? You're screwed. Jeez! And they show him some emotions on this. You really are like a Robo Girl. Even when she's doing this, it's still cringy. She definitely has a rigid look, that's for sure. That I can agree upon. Again, put that frickin' smile away! Frickin' slasher boy! And now, on to our third challenge, which is just around here in the coastal area. Which is probably one of the biggest traps that we'll ever find out here. What, you think of one of those people who prefers the nice bright and sunshiny locations and they just don't want to hang out here all the time? This is literally the perfect place for people to go to skip class. Kind of a big flaw when it comes to something like this. So, this Galaxy challenge is a quiz. We have to answer questions. Yeah, I can already tell this is gonna bore a lot of people. Everyone's favorite Pokemon, Pikachu. As if Pikachu hasn't already gotten an ego as it is. Yes, I'm talking about you. Okay, whenever she does that, I find that to be very weird. Stop that! You have a very weird thing when it comes to cuteness and mini Pokemon, don't you? Oh, good. It's this challenge. We essentially need to look for the correct Sinistee and not pick the imposter. Sounds easy enough, right? And the real way how you can find out is literally looking underneath the cup. This quiz sucks. Okay, this is actually something that I have a bit of a thing for with Gramble and its pre-evolution Snubble. They've all been converted to fairy types, but I'm probably just being a little bit unusual for this sort of thing, but how the heck is a Bulldog a freaking fairy type? That's like asking Gyarados to be a dragon type. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, that would be more appropriate for being a dragon water type. But, yeah, well, f*** it. Why do I need to answer this sort of question? This sounds more like a personal question. You, lady, you really need to sort out your priorities. So, this fight, I consider this to be the hardest out of all of the Elite Four. How the heck was she not higher up in this matter? I'm not even joking when I ask this, because she's tough. I recall when I first played this, it took me literally 9 tries to beat her. Seriously though, if you're not prepared, you're gonna be loving fairy types that are more than you probably should be. So, I actually consider this person to be one of, if not the dumbest people to ever use that of an Excadrill. You wanna know what I mean by this? She literally terrestrializes it to become a fairy type, removing many of its greatest strengths and giving it more weaknesses. Kind of being an idiot on that one, don't you think? Wow! This little woman really needs to open her eyes and ears. We literally called her the cutest on the battlefield. How's she not blushing out of this? Is it bad to say that I find Venonous out of wobbling and jumping kind of cute? Because that's distractingly cute. Why are you trying to sound like the opening of One Piece from 4 Kids? Seriously though, starting off with something like that? No. Because of your lazy punk who was held back 3 years? That's about as blunt as you can be there, buddy! The best for last? Yeah, no. You're actually one of the easiest. I'm not even exaggerating, but oh, you'll see. Ah, the polar biome. My personal favorite out of them all. And kind of weird enough as it is, why does this place remind me so much of like an iceberg fell all over the place and just like shattered? Look, I'm all about saving the environment, but you can't deny this place is beautiful. And also, while I'm on the subject of this, give this Cubju a freaking tissue. So, while we're kind of tracking through all of this icy water, how the heck is Miraidon had not affected by this? This whole place is freezing, and the fact that it's in water like this? Yeesh, you were thinking that this guy would just freeze up like that, huh? So, the Chargestone Cavern is connected to the polar biome. Look, I'm not exactly the one hitter for being technical with this sort of thing, but, wouldn't this place kind of short out pretty quickly due to the fact that we're literally next to the freezing cold? Because the cold actually drains electricity and certain mechanics. And I should know. I work with those sort of things almost on a daily basis at work. Like, send one of those machines out into the cold biome out there, boom, they're dead. So, how do you think our hair is not sticking up from all of this? Since we're literally riding on an electric dragon being powered up by this large Chargestone crystal. I'm pretty sure at this on the point, Miraidon should be able to blast through anything, right? So, we have an artificial Pokemon that's man-made out in the wild. I'm choosing not to go against that. But this Porygon really should not be here. You should be in Charstone Cavern there, buddy. Oh, no. A lot of dragons that like to be in cold areas. Although then again, with the way how you've been, you reminded me a lot about a Trompa. Okay, so for someone who really hates Drayton, his challenge is actually a little bit interesting. He has to have a whole team that has nothing consistent of that a Pokemon only found in this terrarium. Our conditions for these is that we have to catch the Pokemon ourselves, and that means not training them in a way. Sorry, speedrunners. And they have to be found only in the polar biome. Sounds pretty easy enough. But the problem that we have to deal with is that there are a lot of good choices to have, so unless if you plan on getting creative, you're going to be stuck on picking some good choices. So find the good choices, boom, you're going to be good. But don't get too carried away, though, because otherwise, you'll be on a catching spree pretty much all day. 15 minutes later, I finally settled on a team that I think it will work great. And giving you a little bit of a summary, we have pretty much Snow Blitzen, Starry Water of the Illuminati, the Snow Demon, What the Frig Is You, Cancer, and basically a walking ancient machine. How bad can this be? So this fight is actually going to be a little bit fun. Your ultimate objective is to clear out every single one of these trainers as quick as you can, while also not being able to handle her up with specific types that they deal with. And remember, things can go in many directions. And ironically, these fights are about as easy as peeling a banana. Seriously, even a 4-year-old can handle with something like that, no problem. This is an easy fight! Or rather, these are easy fights. So, this guy's a big fan of Iono. And the fact that she's showing off and the way how she likes her in many ways, I don't know which is worse. Oh, lovely. We got someone who's a big fan of the Sinnoh region. Because after all, I love defense! So, Bastion just got confused while it was frozen. How the heck does that logic work? Like, does it, like, get confused about how it got frozen in the first place? Because at this point, it's not even a thing anymore. So, unless if you're a speedrunner, you'd be wise to keep pressing the B button for all this, because if you're a speedrunner, you're gonna make probably the biggest mistake of your life. And you wanna know what the worst part about all this? Is that when you have to switch out your Pokemon for this very match, they all lose the items that they have, so you have to literally go through your box, get them everything, and then literally give them the items back. Good luck remembering all of that if you haven't been memorizing them all. Wow. Even when we ran into the past fights, he just lazily walks over here. Yep. He's lazy, alright. So then just give me the win by default. If you just want me to pull this off, you could be like, I surrender. Boom, I win. I can battle Kieran. Put that smug look away, dude. Right off the bat, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. I mean, sure, he's got some very nice choices to go for, but honestly, I think this guy could do a heck of a lot better. I mean, yeah, we got some fan favorites, but bad choices for what I have in store for you, lazy boy. I take it back! I take it back! And you had the life orb on you. Pretty much committing suicide in the process. I feel like there's some irony in there somewhere. I give you the kiss of death. So, his signature Pokemon, I think, is a Dragon Steel type. And just like what I had to say when I came into the fighting that we had with Lacey, he probably does the dumbest thing of them all and not terrestrialize Kingdra instead. Literally getting rid of that Steel subtype to make it a pure Dragon type. Goodbye resistances and immunities. I can't be mad at this. It's probably the only real time where I actually say, hey, Drayden is a pretty cool guy. Still a lazy guy. But he's cool. Wait, that was his running animation? It looks like he was freaking jogging. I was like, what? Lazy jog? A little dust between friends? That's not a thing! That's disgusting! Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, dude. Kinda slow for me? No! I do this in a steady pace. It's called getting to know my opponent. So, if you guys are thinking that I'm gonna be okay with the current team that I have, well, I think I got an idea of what's gonna really piss Kieran off. And I can't wait to see the look on his face when I do this. I'm pretty sure that a few people do this, but I'm gonna be the biggest dick of them all and actually use Ogerpon for this. Oh, he's gonna be so pissed! And I'm gonna love it.
So you thinking that Kieran and I are friends? Like I said, kind of a lost cause for the guy. We didn't kick him while he's down, comparing him to a Wimpod, one of the wimpiest Pokemon in the series. So you've gone soft and from the lazy life. I can already tell this is gonna be one interesting case review of how you're gonna deal with this in the future. Alright, the time has come for us to finally put it end into Kieran hands in a rage once and for all. Can we win the day? Can we finally put him in his place? Can we deflate that ego within his head? Let's find out. In one of the most anticlimactic fights that I'll probably ever see throughout the entire series. And why is this whole thing completely glitching out while I do this? So wait, you're starting off with a weather team right off the bat? Yeesh, and I thought that this was going to be an easy fight. Pretty big talk coming from someone who still says wowzers from earlier in the fight. You really are full of something, kid. But not quite. I meant to do that! Ha-ha! Is that the best you can do? Come on, Kieran. I thought that you were better than this. I had to ask. Yeah, but you didn't see that one coming, did you? And you know, I couldn't hit it be a good guy. But you know what? I'm
I'm just gonna humiliate you even more than I probably should be. Why? Because I just got one little thing that I want to say to you.
Get screwed!
Or not.
Alright, now you made me mad.
Because after the stunt you pulled, you're guaranteed to lose either on this turn or the following turn. Sure, you maybe go after Ogerpon, but then again, the Ogerpon's gonna hit you so much more when he has this staring right into your freaking face! Oh, the irony.
Yeah!
Lost it to your own inspiration. And just like that, you've shown yourself to be a coward. Whew, kicking him while he's down even further, Drayton. But then again, with all the things that he's done to us, we'll give you a pass on that one, but... Whoop. It's called a temporary position. As long as I'm gonna be here forever. I mean, once I'm gone, Kieran will be back to being champion. See? All done. Simple logic. You want to carry him there?
I'd say drag him.
And even the classrooms are the same? I made this joke before, so I'm not gonna keep repeating that. So there's a Briar Anus ass that's managing to get permission to go into Area Zero? How did you manage to do something like that if you were denied multiple times? Was it bribing or was it blackmailing? Let me know in the comments down below, bribing or blackmailing. It has to be one of those two. So Gita and Rika are here as guests to explain more about them going to Area Zero. Pretty sure they'll be a little bit more at ease knowing that I was there. And here.
And freaking everywhere.
Oh. So it wasn't bribing or blackmailing. Unless... Why am I not surprised by this? Just lazying your way out of all of this, even though that you could have been rather useful for what's down there. I did not like the way how her pupil shrank like that.
She really is the devil.
Ugh! This is probably one of the very few times that we actually see Rika legitimately angry.
And with her glasses on? Jeez, lady.
At least in to make the glasses a little bit smaller if you're gonna be that intimidating. Even when we choose the second option, you thinking that we won't be able to worm our way out of that one? You players are precious. Title drop. Pick up some potato salad on the way back? Why don't we let Crispin handle that one? Yeah. He hadn't calmed down. He claims that he has, but I don't buy it. And I thought Sandwich was the calling card. Apparently Friends is a good calling card as well. Or maybe it's just because it's nice to be back at home. No. It's not Whatchamadon. It's Mariah Dawn. Say it with me like I told Amiris. I Dawn. So, you want me to take the lead on this, eh? Well, I suppose I could show you a nice easy path down there. Or rather not! Yippee-ki-yay! Woo! Shortcut! Because, yeah, screw all that walking.
I'm pretty much just showing off at every kid's worst nightmare when they go on a roller coaster. Because they have no idea what's gonna be coming down, and it ain't gonna be pretty.
You know, I miss that smile. But the fact that it came too little too late,
I guess better late than never.
Also, I'm just now kind of pointing this out. That is not even close on how crystal reflections work.
Ha! Indigo Disk? You like Indigo Disk?
Gotta have a joke in there somewhere. So, who else is getting some serious and nightmare fuel from when this whole thing went down from before?
Because I sure as am.
So, am I to believe that this is one of where the androids that the professors kind of sat in and recharged or something? I don't know what this pod is used for otherwise. How is it that dark in here? I can see you clear as day. Are you starting to become a Zubat? Well, if all things considered, we're now entered the gate and the way to hell. So, needless to say, you've never been on an elevator before. How did you get by in life, Briar? Why do we get the strangest feeling that you got some inspiration from that of Oogway? Finding out who the Dragon Warrior is, and they just go all... I don't know. So, for a show of hands, how many of you guys had your jaws dropped from the very side of this place? Because I'm pretty sure mine just hit the ground when I saw this. I mean, just look at this place. We're like deep beneath the Earth's crust, and God knows how close we are to the mantle. I'm pretty sure that even taking a slab of these things can cost us at least a couple $100 million.
Keep these away from the politicians.
What is she doing with her arms? Because that's really distracting. So you dumped a new Terra type, the Stellar type. So, is it supposed to be like a hybrid of all types put into one? Is it an unknown type? Who can say? Yo! Briar Bubbly Butt! Why don't you know we can collect those other files on a later and get on with our freaking expedition? Don't make us have to drag you away from this. So, a bottomless pit of death. Well, every video game series has to have one of these days. So, this is the Stellar type. So, needless to say, it's pretty much became a floating, rotating crown of all 18 types, but its type remains the same. Well, time to play whack-a-mole with a freaking crystal flower. Well, that was convenient. So we gained a single stellar shard just for wiping out only one of these things. But don't worry, there'll be plenty more of those and where they come from. So needless to say, while going through all of this, we need to find the stellar Pokemon in the area. But we also have to take it into our considerable hands of kicking these things' ass. Or I guess in some cases, asses. Well, those guys are clearly not assisting him to the situation. But, what the hell. So this is going to be the third Stella type Pokemon that we have to face. And instead of things that it couldn't get any crazy as it is, we're literally going to be doing a brutal game of hopscotch of getting from one location to another, while also dealing with the fact that there's some really weird crystal formations all around. Ain't that head kick in the teeth? So we're dealing with pretty much an Mecha Godzilla here, who that's pretty much become stellarized, I guess. And to make things even crazier, how the heck did a Paradox Pokemon get down here in the first place? Was it for like a... I don't know. They're for storage purposes. Yeah. Oh, what? That was a good foothold that we could land on. Come on. Well, I guess if it cheated our way back to this, so I shouldn't complain too much. Right on, I think you're glitching. And apparently that killed us. And what are we doing all the way back here? What the hell just happened? Huh. A crystal tree. Why does that look so familiar? Looks rather exquisitely beautiful. So, practically our last obstacle is freaking rock salt. Yeah, rock salt. Just don't eat that thing. You're gonna die from pneumonia. Well, there's that sign that Kieran is coming back to his old self. Kind of, he actually kind of preferred. So, just before we headed back, how many of you guys actually missed this one on the way? Because I'm pretty sure that everyone missed that TM on the way back. You ever consider bringing in some revised max potions? Maybe some elixirs while you're at it? Pretty sure you guys would just find along the way. Wow. Well, if those two are just about as patient as always, we're apparently gonna get our butts handed to us in the worst ways. Yep. He's lost it. It's because she saw the darkness in you, you idiot. This is it. Even Briar's lost it. What the heck is happening here? Oh my god, it's adorable. That dickish moment of when you realize that you almost had made a best friend, but then someone steals them away from you with a click of a ball. And now you're forcing us to fight? You know what? When all this is over, I am shaving that head of yours. And you're gonna like it! What, you're not gonna give us that battle cry you did it from when we were at Blueberry Academy? You're weird. So, Terrapicos has shown him to be a normal type. Which, on its own, seems pretty cool. But, why isn't it that it has to be this bland at first? No hatred on the Pokemon, it's just unusual. Oh. Makes sense. Man, you're just really full of questions, aren't you, Briar? Like, seriously though, are you just not contemplating about what's really happening down here? But then again, you're not exactly the brightest teacher out of them all, so... you're gonna learn it the hard way. Yep, she's gone mad.
You're welcome. And it was at this moment when he realized he f***ed up.
Yes, it is! And also, Brian, why are you not getting involved in this? You're just as much as included in this as all of us. Sheesh! This thing really likes it to bring the storm, doesn't it? We now have access to terrestrializing. But unfortunately for us, even though that's gonna bring out our Pokemon's true potential, it ain't gonna do much to squat in this fight. Why? Well, considering the fact that we're literally looking at the literal source, can't exactly blame me on that. Okay, I'm only partially right. But that's also why. Literally rips the terrestrialization out of us. Then why didn't you heal your other Pokemon? Oh my god, if you want him to fix things, then get your ass in here! I should probably point out to them that they don't heal up our team after the first phase. Which sucks. It's interesting because we now have the potential chance of terrestrializing our Pokemon almost an infinite amount of times after all this. Which makes this a lot more broken than it probably should be. With all this debris that's coming down around us, how the heck has none of them fallen on our heads yet and killed us? I mean, that would pretty much destroy the whole aspect of the entirety of the game, but seriously though, this whole thing is coming down on top of us like this is just plain bonkers. Yep, he's lost all hope. So now you choose to come in here to help. Where were you, like, several turns ago? You're telling us to clean up this whole mess? Why don't you just heal up your team in the meantime? You're deliberately making yourself... Oh. That sucks. So as I was saying, you're telling us to be the one to clean up this mess? Why don't you just heal up your team in the meantime, you idiot? You know, it's amazing that when I terrestrialize, he's doing jack squat. So how about you get your butt in here in the action there, buddy? Okay, we are finally in the last phase. Guys, if only if Terrapicos and Kieran actually cooperate properly. Who said we needed your permission, hey, Carmine? Last time I kinda checked, you practically did diddly squat. Fitting, how someone like me, he deserves to take it to Terrapicos. But now, I'm gonna give it the best of luxury of them all. To the point where I'll probably never truly use it. Just keep it as a trophy. May sound heartless, but a fitting ending. And they don't even get us any experience! What the frig? And now you came to this realization? Something tells me you're gonna be met up with a few people that are probably gonna want a full report on this. Have fun losing your job! And just like that, his old stuff's coming out in a 3, 2, 1. There it is.
Wait, what are you crying for?
How fitting that this sort of thing comes with a sunrise.
Probably the only thing wrong I could think about that. So, that's it? That's all for what the Indigo Disk has to offer us?
I guess that it was fun seeing the continuation from the Teal Mask, seeing some old faces, meeting new friends. But some things just was completely messed up. The fact that Kieran literally had pulled 180 on us in multiple ways, even to the point of where we just had to deal with all of this nonsense. It's just so weird. No hatred here for the DLC, of course. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the last real thing that I can say about this, well, I'm gonna miss it. But don't worry. I'll be here making fun of this once again on my own time, but it won't be done with love. Hey everyone, the D-Rock 100 here. Thank you so much for watching my video of everything wrong with the Indigo Disk, part 2 of the Scarlet and Violet DLC. Stay tuned later this evening as we get into the third and final part of that of Mochi Mayhem. If you would like to see more of this related work, you can click on the top left button right there if you want to see my take on everything wrong with the Teal Mask, or if you want to see more related Pokemon videos, you can click on the top right button right there and it'll take you straight to my playlist of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Thanks again. See you guys later this evening as we get into the final video of this channel. Well, for this year, that is. Love you guys.